I'm Satish Rawal, and I'm going to teach you today how to use adverbs. Actually, there are 8 parts of speech, right? Noun, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, conjunctions, prepositions, and interjection. Adverbs are one of the most important parts of speech. Okay, what I have done, I've just put a question words so that you can understand when and how to use these words. The first one is how questions, right? HOW, how questions. And when we say how, actually when people ask you how do you do an activity, suppose people ask you how you study, right? And you say I study quietly. That means here you are using quietly as an adverb, and this is answering quietly, this manner, this you are saying manner, M-A-N-N-E-R. So how questions are always about manners, how you do that particular thing, and you say I do it peacefully, careful, I drive carefully, I walk slowly, okay, I do it badly, I make it closely, I do it easily, I speak English easily, right? So this is when you are using these words. Okay, we have to keep in mind that we are talking about the manner, how you do an action. There are a few words which do not end in ly that you have to keep in mind, just like well and fast. If you say fastly, it's going to be incorrect. So quickly, cheerfully, efficiently, painfully, secretly. When you do something secretly means nobody knows how you are doing that thing. Okay, means it's a secret. So before I come to this where question, I would like to say read out these words quickly, right? Quietly, peacefully, carefully, slowly, badly, closely, easily, well, fast, quickly, cheerfully, efficiently, painfully, and secretly. There are so many such words that you have to learn. The next one is where, that gives the question a place. When you are, it's an adverb of place. This is called adverb of place. So when you are talking, people are where question, you are saying it is above, abroad, far, away, back, outside, backwards, near, behind, below, down, indoors, downstairs, inside, nearby, there, and towards. They are the words. When people ask you how where question, then you are speaking these words, and that gives the answer to the questioner. Okay, let me have a few examples, right? The ceiling is above my head. Here the word above is as a preposition, right? And when I say he went above, right, here in that situation the same word is playing the role of an adverb. Then next is the when question. When you are saying time, adverb of time, here you are giving the answer of time. When is adverb of time. So here just reading out the list: now, yesterday, soon, later, tomorrow, yet, already, tonight, today, then, last month, last year. People ask you such questions. When did you do this, right? When are you coming? And people say I am coming now. That is the answer. I am coming now. When are you coming? I am coming now. When will you open this shop? I will open this shop soon, right? When did you meet your friend? I met her yesterday. Here this is the logical things that we are using such words when people ask you when questions. The next one is how much questions, right? That's definitely actually, that's degree. When you say degree, it's the question of adverb of degree. How to learn these things? You have to learn this quietly, peacefully, carefully. There how it's adverb of manner, then adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of degree, right? So in that situation, when you say these words quite, fairly, to, enormously, entirely, very, extremely, rather, almost, absolutely, just, barely, completely, enough, deeply, fully. When you are using these words, you are saying the degree of that particular thing, right? Here, before I go ahead, I would like to say what an adverb is. An adverb is which modifies verb, adjectives and another adverbs. Three things it does. It modifies verb, it modifies adjectives and it also modifies another adverbs. So this is a few examples I like to give in this list. Quite. Okay. This lesson is quite interesting, right? Here this lesson is interesting. If I say this lesson is interesting, the word interesting is adjective in this sentence. But if I say this lesson is quite interesting, that means I am using the word quite as a degree, right? You study fairly well. If I am using fairly well, so it is actually when I say you study fairly well, the word fairly is modifying well, and well is already adverb. So this here in this situation, it is modifying adverb. Okay. And suppose if I say, how do you do this, right? How huge that thing is? Then you say it's enormously, or sometimes people say it's too tired. It's giving a negative sense. I'm too tired. The next question comes, how often question. This is actually adverb of frequency, and that is very much common, and we use often this degree. This how often questions are questions. When people ask you how often questions, actually they want to ask you adverbs of frequency, right? Suppose people ask me, do you go to temple? And if I say yes, I do, next question they may ask me, how often do you go to temple? And suppose if I say I always go to temple, there actually I have mentioned a percentage here. It's not a grammar rule. Percentage is not a grammar rule, but we use percentage so that the learners of English language will have an idea where to use word. So if I say I always go to temple, that means 100% activities. If I go usually, normally or generally, these three words signifies 90%. Then if I say I often go to temple, that means or frequently go to temple, means I am saying about 80%, means out of 10 days, 8 days I go there. If I say I sometimes go to temple, I mean to say 50%, that means out of 10 days, 5 days I go to temple. If I go occasionally, here percentage is 30, but I would like to tell you certain things we do on occasion. That okay, suppose my friend says I am not a drinker, by occasionally drink, when he says I occasionally drink, he means to say that when some occasion is there, suppose it's a party or birthday or weddings, anniversary or something like that, then at that occasion he drinks, and that's why occasional drinker, and we can say he occasionally drinks. Seldom gives 10% idea. When you say seldom, right, there's a good saying actually in English language, barking dogs seldom bite. It doesn't mean that dogs never bite. Dogs may bite you and you have to get injected also, but it's a 10% case that they will bite you. So that is the meaning seldom here. Rarely or hardly ever. Hardly ever is a phrase and rarely is a word, adverb, right? Adverb frequency. When you say rarely, it means 5% of activities, right? I rarely go to the cinema. That means I don't have time, and maybe once in a blue moon I go to the cinema, and that's why I'm using rarely go to the cinema. Never is 0%. That's the end of that list. Never. When you say I never do this, never do that, it's a 0% ratio. That means you do not do that thing at all. Thanks for watching this interesting lesson. Hope you have enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and my friends, if you have already subscribed, don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.